Welcome to the channel, it's Kay, and in today's video I want to show you the polishes that I wore in November and in December. Not something that I typically like to do. I like to do 1 month at a time, but the content that I had planned for November and December kind of changed a little bit, so we're just gonna knock out these 2 months at the same time, and then I have a separate thing to chat about. Do you remember that very elusive and vague announcement that I made in my November Mani recap video? We are going to talk about that, but I promise it is not going to be vague this time. So for anyone who has been a little bit curious, I promise I will satisfy your curiosity today. Starting with Goopy Goblin from What's Up Nails. I was gonna say it again. It's not What's Up Nails, it's What's Up Nails. This polish, what I like the most about it is that it's not just a flat one-dimensional green. Because of those flakies, it kind of has this kind of like phantom eerie glow. The flakies do shift from a green to kind of like a different color green, and then to like a teal and almost into a purple. So I love that about it. Another really cool thing about it is that it is a thermal. So it goes from a more translucent green to a more saturated green when cold. I think that because this polish has quite a few elements in it, the thermal shift isn't super duper visible. It was most visible in my longest nail, which was my thumbnail at the time, where you can see those shifts a lot more clearly than you could on the shorter nails, because there's just not a lot of free edge on shorter nails. Aside from all that, the purple glitters in here, I know I say this all the time, but green and purple are such a perfect color combo. You cannot go wrong with that, especially in Halloween. So yeah, I love wearing this polish. It was definitely one of the more fun Halloween polishes I wore this Halloween season. Next is Oh Yes, There Will Be Blood by Cadillacquer, and I promise that not all of the polishes in this video are gonna be Halloween related, but that is my favorite polish season. So with Oh Yes, There Will Be Blood, I actually have a question. So take a good look at the picture I'm posting here, right? And then tell me, is this not a Christmas polish? I know this was released for Halloween, right? But come on, I think this works amazingly well for Christmas. I mean, we have that deep red luscious jelly base with those pops of red glitter. Then we have the black too. So personally, I think this is one that you can easily drag from October right into December. The formula is so good. I mean, when it comes to application, I have yet to try a Cadillacquer polish whose formula was bad. So yeah, in my opinion, I think this is one that can be worn for Halloween and also for Christmas, and that is if you are seasonally appropriate, because if not, then you are probably gonna want to wear this all the time because it's really beautiful. Then we have Leather Black by Anna Sui. So soon after I posted the Anna Sui nail polish haul video, I could not resist doing a full manicure with Leather Black. Someone asked or mentioned about it chipping, you know, if it chips easily. And all I can say is that I wore it for 4 days and it did not chip. So I can't speak to anything beyond that. I did wear 2 coats with it, so that was my experience with it. I think that also really depends on how you use your hands. But yeah, then I posted a video about this polish on TikTok, and someone said that it looks like nail polish when you ruin it. And honestly, they're not wrong. Like, I can't unsee it now. So yeah, it either looks like leather black or like ruined black nail polish, I guess. One other thing to keep in mind about this polish is that it is scented with the scent of fresh tea rose, which could be a little overwhelming for some. I know it was overwhelming for me when I was swatching it, but I thought my hand was gonna smell like perfume. Surprisingly, it didn't. So yeah, for those of you who like scented polish, then you'll probably enjoy the scent here. For those of you who don't, then you may want to skip on this one. Next up is Jewel Beetle by Mooncat, which I took so many pictures of because This polish is just so dynamic. I mean, as all multi-chromes are, right? Because that's the thing about multi-chromes. They can't stay still. They are ever changing. They're just always reacting to all levels of light. So one moment you have a pink polish. The next moment you have like a bronze manicure. Then maybe you have a green manicure. That's like the magic of multi-chromes. So this one was really fun to wear, really fun to look at. I wore it in 2 coats, and for those who may be wondering how it compares to dragon scales, keep in mind dragon scales and jewel beetle are only comparable when it comes to the actual color, not the finish, because dragon scales is a flaky formula. So here they are side by side. Dragon scales does have scattered hollow. And I mean, personally, if you made me choose between the two, I would have to go with dragon scales just because of those pops of glitters, but they're both beautiful, and I don't know if they're exactly the same when it comes to color. I wouldn't dare say that because I just wasn't there when they made it, but they are extremely similar. So next we get to Gutsy from Death Valley Nails, which I bought this so long ago, and I'm so happy it hasn't passed away yet, because we all know the deal with thermals and their very short lifespan. So it goes from this kind of translucent gray to a black color, and you do see those black glitters and elements scattered throughout. It also has kind of like a light scattering of chrome particles, which looks silver while it's in this state, but I feel like I had seen this look more like coppery or gold in the black state. I don't know, I may have to check out the pictures that I'm posting here. This is another that I think works really well for Christmas, even though I have no idea what season or what collection this was released in, but I wore it with a matte top coat. I do think it gives it more like a cozy, kind of like smoky effect with that. So yeah, I'm glad I wore it, and I'm glad it didn't pass away before I got to wear it. By the way, this is poop. Next is Beetlejuice. I'm not gonna say it 3 times, but it is from Night Owl Lacquer, and it is from September's little box of horrors. And I mean, what can I say? I love what they did here. I love everything about this polish. It is purple and green, and it is sparkly as heck. You got purple metallic flakes, you got multi-chrome flakes, which are the ones that are shifting into this kind of like teal and green colors, and then you got this purple, or what I think is a purple reflective glitter. I think Night Owl Lacquer says it's silver, but that's not what I saw when I was trying to get the effect, which, by the way, wasn't really strong. I thought I would see more of that reflection, but it wasn't as present as I thought it would be. It's okay though, like I personally don't really care. I think I've said this before about certain special effects, in that at least with reflective polishes, it's not like I'm walking around with a flashlight to my hands, and I can't think of a situation where a flashlight would be randomly pointed at my hands unless I was in a really scary situation. So yeah, I appreciate what they did here, but I can't really enjoy the effect because it takes some other random component or situation in my life for me to see it. When it comes to application, it was really good. It was surprisingly good, because you would think with a polish that is so packed with elements, it could be a little thick, a little strange to apply, but it wasn't. So overall, I had a good experience applying it, and I had a great experience wearing it. And then we get to one of my latest purchases, which is Celestial Shimmer from Artic Fox. So Artic Fox, I am so surprised that they're making nail polish, and I can't wait for them to make more releases. So this is actually what I'm wearing right now in this video. It's holding up really well. I think I've had it on for a few days now. The only polish, or the only finger that doesn't have polish is this one, but it's not because it chipped. It was actually my fault. I have like a little bit of an issue with biting this specific nail, and I ruined the polish, and when I noticed that, I just took it off. But what we have here in Celestial Shimmer is a blue tinted base with glitters. So we get these blue glitters, but we also get hollow glitters. And I mean, I love a lot of things about this polish. One of the things that I really love about it is that I can do this. Like, I can do this and look at my nails, and I can still see the glitters separate from one another, and I can still see the rainbow sparkle. With a lot of glitter polishes, they tend to pile up on one another, but this one's formula is, I don't know, made in such a way that I only use 2 coats, and it's enough for the glitters to kind of like spread out, and you can kind of like appreciate them individually. So I am in love with this polish. This polish is giving me life. It is making me a better person. It is nurturing my soul. It is helping me achieve my goals and dreams, and I hope that it does the same for you and for your loved ones. Thank you. All right, announcement time. So for those of you who don't know, I made a video in November. It was a mani recap video for the month of, what goes before November? October. In that video, at the end, I made a very kind of elusive, vague announcement. And let's just blurt it out. My website and merch are now available, and it feels kind of weird to say that, but the website is theswatchsesh.com, because kthestephanie.com sounds really dumb, and I don't need my name to be everywhere. That's kind of weird, so I figured I'd just go with the Swatch Sesh, since that's something I tend to say a lot in the intros of my videos. The lore here is that I very much appreciate art and visuals. I'm a very visual person, so I thought to combine my love for nail polish and art and put it on merch, which then turned into a whole website idea. And I've been working on these designs since the beginning of November, so almost 2 months now. I have so many designs. I probably have over 50, I'm sure I do, because the thing is, you go back to review, and then you want to try this and that out and see how this looks there and that looks here, and you end up with just an overwhelming amount of designs to choose from, right? And that's what happened. I'm doing this alone. I don't have anyone to control me or to tell me to stop, so I just went off. I'll be honest, I kind of annoyed the shit out of myself on several occasions. I definitely had to step away because it was very overwhelming, and if we are talking about that, it was kind of like a roller coaster ride when it comes to like feelings and thoughts. I started questioning myself as to, you know, what do I need to do this? Why am I doing this? It kind of got to a point where I started to like ridicule myself a little bit. So I almost backed out. I had to really think about the good that I felt when I initially got the idea. And I had to remind myself that tomorrow's a new day. You're not going to feel as overwhelmed. That's basically how I made it through. That's how I can celebrate this little launch today, right? But I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that a lot of people go through that when they're creating or working on similar things. So it's just a matter of like taking it day by day and just kind of like persevering and pushing through those, I don't know, negative or doubtful thoughts that one might have. So yeah, website is now available. Go check it if you want to check it. It's not just merch. I'm actually wearing one of the hoodies right now. There's more designs and more things, but it's not just all merch. So give the website a little check if you want to see what's on there. And yeah, so weird. I know that it's actually not a big deal, but like I'm excited about it because it's mine. I mean, I'm just a girl, guys. Let me be excited. I'll make sure to pin the comment or put a link in the description or something for y'all. Also, I'm really sorry for being so vague in that first announcement. But the thing is, this project, which was in such a baby stage, that my only purpose with that video was to give you a heads up that something was coming. That was the purpose, was to say, I'm really excited about something and something is coming your way. So it wasn't really to go into detail or talk about exactly what I was doing, because you kind of want to, you know, you kind of want to work on it in silence, right? So yeah, that was just a heads up for y'all. When it comes to the sneak peeks, I know I also mentioned that I would give some sneak peeks, and I feel like I didn't really give much of any. That was because I talked myself out of it. I was like, it's not a big deal. You don't need to put out sneak peeks, you know? So I kind of just talked myself out of that one, but it's all out. The mystery is no longer a mystery. I have invited you to swim in my tea, and yeah, that sounds kind of gross, but that's what I said I would do in this video, so I did it. Circling back, I guess, to the beginning of the video and the polishes that I wore, I hope that I was able to show you or put you onto some new polishes that you may want to check out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on another update type of video. Remember to like and subscribe if you think this channel is a good fit for your nail polish journey, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Goopy Goblin from WhatsApp Nails. Goopy Goblin from WhatsApp Nails. Goopy Goblin from WhatsApp Nails. Oh, and I said it again. What am I talking about? WhatsApp Nails. What's up, nails? I'm so sorry to this brand.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Thank you for watching so much. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.